Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you to the Recruiter Connect session for our Careers in AI Virtual Summit. My name is Nikhil Joseph, and I am a senior recruiting manager here with Google Cloud in India. In the 4.5 years that I've been at Google, I've had the honor and privilege of working with some of the best minds in the industry. And in these 4 years, I've had the opportunity of leading hiring for Google Search, Pay, Assistant, and now, of course, Google Cloud. I'm delighted to have my colleague Nitin with me. Nitin, over to you for your introduction.
Thanks, Nikhil. And it is great to see such a great turnaround. As Nikhil said, I'm Nitin and I'm a recruiting manager at Google. I've been here for over 4 years and I have been working in the space of Google Play and Google Search. Today, we are here really for you. We are here to decode the Google's interview process, help you understand the qualities and the skills that our AI teams are looking for. Google is a great place to be in, and I really love talking to people who are building the future of technology. So let's have your questions coming in. Our team is actively monitoring the live feed and they will answer you directly there. Sending your resume to a place like Google can really feel like sending your resume in a void, particularly for an area like AI and ML. So it is very, very important to help you how to begin with your job search. The first step is to visit google.com/careers and find a role that excites you. So let's start with the first thing, which begins with by applying for roles at Google. It is very important that you carefully review the minimum qualifications and ensure that your skills align with these minimum qualifications. It is also very, very important that you take time to polish your resume and put in a structure to your resume. For example, I made an impact X by doing Y and while being measured on the parameter Z. Once you have applied, a recruiter will review your resume. Once you are shortlisted, your recruiter will help you prepare for formal interviews. They will help you with prep materials. Do remember, before the formal interviews begin, you might be asked to take up a Google hiring assessment. It could be via sharing a coding assessment or working on a small project. Once you have done that, a recruiter will walk you through the next rounds of discussions, and this could last about 4 to 6 weeks. Nikhil, over to you.
Thanks, Nitin. All right, so you've made it past your initial set of screens, and now you will be invited for the full interview loop. This will typically consist of structured interviews where we will be assessing you on your role-related knowledge, your teamwork attributes, your leadership skills, and your problem-solving abilities. As an individual contributor, expect open-ended questions. These are open-ended by design and are designed to check your ability to problem solve and also to assess your thought process. For manager roles, be prepared to talk about how you empower your teams, provide them vision and strategy, provide technical leadership, and develop your team members. Be prepared to talk about experiences from your past where you have resolved conflicts and you've aligned the team in the pursuit of a common goal. At this point, we'll take information from your application and send it for an internal review process. That might take some time given the extensive review process that we undertake. All of this may sound like a lot, but don't worry, we have enough prep materials for you that will help you. First, focus on the core roles. For AI/ML, be sharp on data structures and algorithms, on system design if it applies to you, and domain knowledge. For leadership roles, we recommend that you follow the STAR approach. So that is situation, task, action, and result. We've seen that this is a highly effective way of frameworking your answer, and it helps the interviewer to understand your answers better. Nitin, I've covered the structure. I'll pass this on to you to take this ahead.
Thanks, Nikhil. Sure. Now, from the preparation standpoint, a great beginning point can be around the prep material shared by your recruiters. Then you can also use a wealth of online tools. You can use Google's interview warm-up tool as well. Of course, there are other resources like preparing for Google interviews, system design, preparing for Google interviews, coding, and you can take mock interviews as well. You can also request your recruiter to help you connect with a Google preparation champion. These champions can help you with a mock interview that will give you an idea of how the actual interview is going to look like. Anything you would like to add, Nikhil?
No, Nitin, I think you covered it very well. Next, wanted to take a few minutes to cover a few myths that we have and debunk them with respect to the Google recruiting process. Nitin, would you like to start?
Yes, The biggest one I hear that we ask brain teasers. We don't. We do ask a lot of open-ended questions. Is that right, Nikhil?
That's right, Nitin. And the other common myth that is followed in the market is that we're looking for perfect answers. We're not. Like I mentioned before, we ask a lot of open-ended questions, and these are ambiguous by nature because we are looking at your thought process, and your thought process is just as important as the answer itself. So don't worry about giving the perfect answer.
Exactly. A pro tip is you can ask a few seconds to gather your thoughts, or you can ask some time to write down your answers.
Wanted to also take a minute to address a few tips that will help you, especially with the non-technical interviews. Nitin?
Absolutely. Let's focus on the critical areas that we assess, the skills that we're looking for, which will be very, very important for one to succeed in a collaborative environment like ours.
Yes, this is where we go beyond your technical skills and we also see how you work in teams and thrive in ambiguity. So here are the key takeaways that we want you to have. The first is handling ambiguity. The second is the importance of teamwork. And the third is fit and perspective. I'll pass this on to Nitin now.
Exactly. And one final point, the interview sessions are meant to be collaborative. It is encouraged that you ask clarifying questions. You can discuss an idea with your interviewers, but do remember it is not permitted to use any AI tools during the interview. Nikhil?
We really hope that this has been helpful. We wish you all the very best for your interview process. I'll hand this back to Nitin to close this out.
We hope we have answered your questions and provided you a clear roadmap. We are building incredible things here, and we are looking for people like yourself. So please check out Google Careers, use those prep material and apply. Thank you to everyone who tuned in today.